Do you feel that women's surfing has been marketed fairly? And I would use Roxy as the prime example.
Ooh, straight off the bat with a good one.
Hot
Juicy
seat.
one, juicy one. No, yes, maybe sometimes, not all the time.
I mean, you're a competitive person. Obviously, you've won 4 world titles. Obviously, Roxy and you did a lot for Quicksilver and Roxy. But for a starting girl, like say if it went back in time and you were this girl coming up with all these brands, would you feel that you'd have an equal opportunity to do what you've done?
Well, I mean, now is a lot more support. Obviously, there's a lot more money in the pot, for women surfing, and it's sort of it's come a long ways. But what's happening now is you got there's 10 girls of the same age that are that good. So you got maybe Rip Curl's got one, Roxy's got two,
Yeah.
Bill, whatever. It's all spread out, and the thing is that it's become like these bidding wars with these younger girls at 14, 15 years old. It's crazy, I'm sitting back going, whoa, these girls are making bank they're still in high school. And
Right.
but what's happening too is, and it's great because, they're, and I don't know if it's too much too soon or that's a whole nother thing, like with kids and money and high school and all that stuff, because you don't really know how far they're going to go after high school and what, things change, stuff happens, their bodies, trip out and all
Yep.
that other stuff. But as far as the marketing, a lot of the girls say, Malia Manuel just got hooked up with O'Neill. She was with us for a long time, but she was so bummed out all the time because, for example, Carissa got all the attention, sort of, so she thought she did,
Yep.
She was sort of not feeling so much love as, say, someone like Carissa was getting. So she, went and found something that she, could be their
Ambassador.
Right. So now, I mean, there's plenty of opportunity like that now. There never used to be anything like that.
But my thoughts are more of like, okay, those are great examples. Those are both competitive girls. But I find also is that I know that a lot of the brands, I mean, when I look at Roxy ads, the ads that stand out to me, a lot of them are, shots from girls riding, VK riding waves at Queens, or yourself, everybody smiling, having fun, but not necessarily the competitive aspect of the sport. And so, I guess my question is more of, does women's surfing have it more right than men's surfing? Because men's surfing has become this real crazy, ultra competitive thing, where I would say the average surfer just goes surfing because they like it.
Yeah.
Where I would say, but on the men's side, you would believe that it's, I guess it's.
Here, I tell you, the average surfer has no clue what's going on the world tour. Absolutely none. Like at the days that I go surfing, Newport, Huntington, wherever it is, I mean, I have 90% of the time the guy paddles up and says, "How you doing on tour?" Like, they have no freaking idea. Like, and they don't care for that matter. So, I mean, as far as marketing, I think the only person or the only people that have the marketing issue is the tour.
Yeah.
Like they can't seem to put the finger on the pulse there to market that tour, and that's a bummer for all those on the tour because they can't benefit from it. Especially the women.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as individual companies, I think everyone's doing a pretty good job of marketing their surfers. You've seen how much Rip Curl's pumping Stephanie. She's everywhere. She's got the third page double spread is her Rip Curl. I mean, it's awesome what Rip Curl's doing. It's great. I mean, they're getting their money's worth from her and vice versa, and it's really cool to see someone else out there stepping up and not just Roxy. It's pretty cool, and it's great to see that kind of spread out. I mean, she's a great surfer. She deserves that. It's the last thing you want to see is someone deserving of winning a world title and not getting any support market wise. Like getting out there, getting advertising and stuff like that. So
Yeah. And in major publications.
yeah, so I mean, as far as nothing gets me more than picking up a magazine these days because you pick it up and it's what is it? I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. I 4 months will go by and I won't look at a magazine because I don't care. There's just nothing in there that does anything for me. And it's not because I'm an old fart now or whatever. It's not like I'm gonna pick up Surfer's Journal and read about someone I knew 20 years ago. It's just all catered to the young and. It doesn't. It's just. And speaking of the young,
Surfline?
I look at Surfline every morning. It's my webpage. But the thing is, because I want to go surf. I want to know what's going on. I got the quad cams going on. The best thing, I mean, the worst thing I should say is, still to this day, and this was the same way 20 years ago. You pick up a mag. Is there any shots of a girl? No. If there is, there's one shot, and lately there's been maybe random. I mean, why does it have to be random or every other 4 issues or 5 issues. It can't just be, I'm not.
Something. Yep.
Yeah, it's like there's girls are surfing so much better than they used to. It doesn't matter. What are they gonna do? Stand on their heads too? Like
I always tell this story. This is pretty funny. I was like, I went surfing with Lisa in Japan, and we paddled out, and the first thing she did is hit the lip and blow the tail out. And I was like, oh God, I got to live up to that. I think, Lisa, you won more events on my boards than I ever won.
I was telling that story to Tim the other day. I was
Great.
like, I'd always go find Pat, and he'd be pissed off because he'd have
lost.
8 boards there and go, I don't know, Lise. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I got all these great boards. I'm looking at him going, you lucky bastard. Like, complaining about all these great boards. And you go, that one I don't like. Okay, I'll try that one. I go out and ride it and win the contest.
Win the contest on it.
And then, yeah.
I was wondering when I was going to get a cut of that, actually.
There was no 10% back then. But those were the good old days.
Those were the good old days.